They're outdated and tend to hurt the conferences more than help them, as the ACC is finding out. You can't tell me all of these supposedly brilliant minds can't figure out a way to satisfy both the networks and the sponsors by marketing another gimmick week of rivalry games or just expanding the playoff to 16 teams. There's a lot that needs to change in this age of college football, from moving high school signing day back 2 months to changing when coaches are allowed to bail on programs. Some of the challenges are complex. Others, like getting rid of the old junk that are conference title games, are not. I'm Mike Sempervive with the Sports Byline Broadcasting Network 2-Minute Warning.
Have you been daydreaming about losing weight for years? Do you just yo-yo back and forth? At Innovative Wellness Center, we have a holistic weight loss program that allows you to lose up to 20 pounds in 30 days. People are losing weight like crazy and keeping it off. It can be done from anywhere in the United States. Go to our website at www.innovativewellness.center and schedule your complimentary consultation today.
Every champion has a team behind them, and for thousands of families without insurance, Christ Clinic is that team. At Christ Clinic in Katy, Texas, they provide high-quality, faith-based health care to people who can't afford it, because everyone deserves a shot at health, no matter their income or insurance status. Their doctors, volunteers, their mission, rooted in compassion, their impact, over 10,000 patient visits every year and growing. But they can't do it without help from fans like you. If you ever cheered for a comeback story, this is your chance to be a part of one. Donate today at ChristClinicKaty.org and help them keep the doors open for those who need it most. One gift can be the difference between surviving and thriving. Christ Clinic in Katy, where health meets hope and faith goes to work. That's Christ Clinic Katy, spelled Katy.org. Team up with them today.
Soccer season rolls on here on the Sports Byline Broadcast Network. This is Tyler Levine, host of First Touch, the premier weekly global soccer show across the entire Sports Byline broadcast, iHeartRadio, TuneIn, Simple Radio, and around the world on the American Forces Radio Network. We're talking English Premier League, Champions League, our picks of the week, and a whole lot more. First Touch on Sports Byline USA Fridays at 5 p.m. Eastern. See you there.
Getting together with friends to watch the game? Then you'll need American Premium Vodka. Handcrafted and pure, this is the one thing all Americans can agree on. Founder Mark Gus Scott chose the finest natural elements America has to offer, and you'll taste how great it is to be an American. Now available at Bevmo, GoPuff, Hy-Vee, and Fairway stores. American Premium Vodka. This is the America we need right now. Go to AmericanPremiumVodka.com. Celebrate responsibly. Every champion has a team behind them, and for thousands of families without insurance, Christ Clinic is that team. At Christ Clinic in Katy, Texas, they provide high-quality, faith-based health care to people who can't afford it, because everyone deserves a shot at health, no matter their income or insurance status. Their doctors, volunteers, their mission, rooted in compassion, their impact, over 10,000 patient visits every year and growing. But they can't do it without help from fans like you. If you ever cheered for a comeback story, this is your chance to be a part of one. Donate today at ChristClinicKaty.org and help them keep the doors open for those who need it most. One gift can be the difference between surviving and thriving. Christ Clinic in Katy, where health meets hope and faith goes to work. That's Christ Clinic Katy, spelled Katy.org. Team up with them today.
Rick Tittle knows his sports.
I hate that guy.
I love that guy. Oh my gosh, he's so fine. Rick Tittle brings home the bacon, fries it up in a pan, and then he eats it.
Ricky T in the hizzle for shizzle, biznatch.
Thank you for that, and welcome back to the show. Rick Tittle back with you in the regular studio. So we got the Twitch going as well. And I've got to get the camera so that I'm also on YouTube, which looks ridiculous because then I have to put the camera so I'm... Oh, it's all messed up. It doesn't matter. I feel a little bit sorry for Wayne Gretzky because... He's the, at the World Cup draw, he had the last pot. And you would think if you were going to read names of countries, you would be ready to go. You know what I'm saying? And he looked half asleep. And he pulled out, and it said, he goes, Bosnia Herzegovina. They went, all right, Bosnia Herzegovina, blah, blah. I'm like, all right, that's not too bad. Then he pulled out Curacao, and he said, Caraco. Ooh, Caraco. Then I thought his last one is easy. It was Jordan. He goes, Jordan. Ugh. And I'm sure everybody in Canada was cringing. And all I could think of was, is Wayne Gretzky a dumb jock who never went past the 8th grade? Or is he just, just doesn't give a damn? Or, but if I was going to be in front of over a billion people watching me, I would make damn sure I knew how to pronounce every country. Curacao, and he said Caraco, even had the little cedilles on it. I'm sure he speaks some French as well, so you'd have to see the little word. But anyway, bless his heart. All right, we got Rick's Picks coming up this hour. We also have Carmine Marino from Pro Wagering. Come on back on Byline.
Progressive presents advice on new teen drivers.
You know, the hardest part about teaching your teen to drive is the chafing from the seatbelt. But the best part is the grip in your knuckles. Okay, now let's pull out of the driveway.
Here's another tip. Offset a chunk of the cost of adding a teen to your insurance with Progressive Teen Driver Discount and get a break from Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in states or situations.
Kohl's Customer Appreciation Event is here. Right time for the gift exchange. Even though everyone pretends gifting isn't a competition, it kinda is. At Kohl's, save gifts everyone will fight over. Sweaters and flannels to air fryers, toaster ovens, and more. Because down, the gift exchange isn't just about giving. It's also about winning. Shop Kohl's and save on top gifts now. Select styles, some exclusions apply. Offers end December 14th. See Kohls.com for details.
This is a true, sad story for ADT, the leader in home security systems. My favorite dog, Oliver, was stolen from our garage recently. If I had a camera system installed in my home from ADT, I would have known exactly what car possibly pulled up in my driveway and stole my little friend. If I had a security system from ADT, my dog would still be here. I called ADT this weekend, and they're coming out in a few days to install a camera and a new security system. Unfortunately, a little too late for me. Protect everyone in your family. Call ADT now and come out and give you a quote to install a full security system in your home. Don't let it be too late for you. Call right now.
By the Home Security Hotline, 800-361-3491, 800-361-3491, 800-361-3491. That's 800-361-3491.
Everyone watches more than 5 hours of television. Really? And that's not counting mobile viewing. Get Dish TV and make that time worth it. With Dish, you can get hundreds of channels, access to all kinds of sports, tons of movies, premium channels, and more. Another thing that's really cool with Dish is you can watch most of your favorite shows on your mobile device anywhere for a lot less than cable. Yes, that's right. We are asking you to watch more TV and not less TV. Make it better television with Dish this time, anytime, anywhere. So call right now and learn how easy it is to save on your television bill and get the most out of your TV viewing experience. Dial that number and I promise you we're here waiting for your call. We want to save you money and give you better television. We are Dish TV.
800-293-0328. 800-293-0328. 800-293-0328. That's 800-293-0328.
Tittle Sports with Rick Tittle. Rick Tittle is a genius. The best show ever. He's so wonderful. Genius. The best show ever. He's so wonderful. Titillating Sports with Rick Tittle. Rick Tittle he's so handsome. He's a genius.
I am so excited to be back on the Rick Tittle Show.
All right, thank you for that, and welcome back to the show. Rick Tittle with you, coast to coast and around the world on the American Forces Radio Network. The draw is complete, and we will get to that in a little bit. Also, Rick's Picks, R-I-X-P-I-X. I'll tell you who's going to win and who's going to lose in the National Football League. But it is 11:12. We'd like to check in with our prognosticating expert friend. And we, on Fridays, always love bringing in Carmine Marino, who knows the ponies better than just about anybody else. Carmine, welcome back to the show. The Cigar Mile Handicap at Aqueduct on Saturday, looking at Doc Sullivan 5-1 in the one position, getting some love. Crazy Mason, Irad is in the silks there at number 4. Phileas Fogg, a Gustavo Rodriguez horse at 6. But then Flavien Prat at Bishop's Bay 2-1. Only 7 horses. How are you looking at this one?
Well, a lot of people that look at Phileas Fogg turned out to be one of the best claims in history, I think. They paid $62,000 for this horse, and all this horse has done is earn $400,000. So that's not a bad way to go. I mean, you and I should have made that move. But this 7 horse, this Bishop's Bay, is undefeated Aqueduct, 3 for 3 at the distance. This is a Brad Cox horse that looks like is going to close out the season becoming a millionaire because they get $300,000, they win the race. With Flavien Prat, as you say, he's right now he's lighting up Aqueduct. I don't even know why he's choosing to stay at Aqueduct for the winter. I'd be going south for the winter for sure, or stay in California. But this is a horse that I have to look at strongly.
Flavien Prat, too, at Aqueduct, dominant there, and then trained by Brad Cox as well. So they know what they're doing. Maybe that's why they like staying home. But is that something usually that horses will do, is like birds fly south for the winter?
Well, in this case, the only reason this horse is staying, this is the last big race of the year in thoroughbred racing. And then everything will be concentrated on fairgrounds and, of course, the Gulfstream Championship meet. So this is a big race. This is an annual race. The distance is specific. It's a mile race. So, Phileas Fogg may like more distance, although he has speed. The Bishop's Bay has tactical speed. Doc Sullivan is a very nice animal. I mean, I wouldn't be upset owning this 4-year-old. He's all he's done is earn $657,000. A couple of these other horses that you could look at that are going to force the pace, Micah, the 2-horse with Manny Franco, Michael Manco horse. This horse is going to be pushing the pace a little bit, which gives Bishop Bay a great opportunity to lay off the pace a little. And the horse that's showing some close out the year with some closing kick is Crazy Moon, although he's won 3 out of his 5 career starts over the track. He's not killing it at the distance. So that's where this race is going to be very interesting.
It's Crazy Mason, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I see there's the pentathlon is 10-1, and then there's one long shot, Englehart's Brazenly, 30-1, John Velasquez, and this is apparently Brazenly with Englehart, the 3rd different trainer this year. How bizarre is that?
It happens a lot when you get a solid claimer, but this is a stake race, a grade 2 stake race, a good one. These are what I would call B horses, B plus maybe. So, Brazenly being entered here is a shot, but it would be a very long shot, so to speak.
All right, let's talk about the NFL. And before we get to it, I know you're a Vikings fan, and I wanted to ask you about Max Brosmer, because any undrafted guy can get thrown in and look bad. But when he was about to get sacked and he just winged it forward for a pick six, it might have been the worst pass in the history of the National Football League. Your thoughts?
I can't use that language on your show. So let me just say, last weekend, watching that, first of all, I told you I fired a GM from the Jump Street. I fired a coach. You're down 3-0. You finally got a decent drive where you're in point position to get a field goal tied up, and you throw this kid to the wolves against one of the top defenses in the league. Now this kid wasn't ready, obviously, but my God, that was you don't even see that in high school. What? And then I got to listen to Ryan on ESPN earlier in the day say this guy is a 4.0 student. He's brilliant. That was not a brilliant throw.
The classroom has nothing. How many dumb jocks do we know have great sports IQ? They don't relate sometimes.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. I think the Minnesota Vikings, what bothered me the most is this is a kid that's been on the sideline for, 3 months, and to come out that unprepared. I mean, you had one of the best receivers in the game in Jefferson. You threw the ball in 4 times. He caught 2 passes for 4 yards. The kid's going to leave Minnesota. You're going to lose a great receiver. This team is a quarterback away from contending for the playoffs and maybe making noise because their defense is decent. And you cashed in the chips on the wrong JJ. So I'm going to tell you.
I'll give you a good example. Wayne Gretzky, by far the greatest hockey player of all time, and people will live to be 1,000. You'll still never have a better player. He was just at the World Cup draw. He pulled out a little ball. He opened it. He saw the name, and he read it out loud. It was Curacao, and he said Caraco. So it just goes to show you that just because you're a brilliant player and vice versa. All right, let's talk about this week as some of these games maybe jump off the sheet. And the one that jumps off for me is the Black and Blue division, Bears at Lambeau, and the winner is going to take control of that division, and a surprise Bear team right now at 9-3.
You could knock me over with a feather, tell me they're going to be mad. If you would give me a bet at the beginning of the year, I'm broke.
Yeah.
But I think the Packers will destroy this Bear team. I think the party's over. I think the defense of the Packers will come through. The interesting thing is you have 2 quarterbacks that can be noted to make stupid throws. If Love has some love on his throws, I don't see how the Packers lose this game. I think the Bears had to look at a draw. I don't understand what happened with the Eagles. I don't know how the Eagles could look this bad. But I will tell you this, the Green Bay Packers are coming into this game right ready to win. And they had that extra couple of days off, too.
You could also knock me over a feather if I tell you that the Daniel Jones Colts would be 8-4. Now, they have lost a couple games in a row. They're at the Jaguars, who also are a surprising 8-4. The Jags giving up just a 1.5. It's almost a pick 'em. Do the Colts get back going with Jonathan Taylor, or do they continue their slide?
Well, if you watched the game last week, that was probably the worst officiated game I ever saw in my life. From missing an extra point call to penalties on the wrong people, it was terrible. I looked at the Colts to win this game. Lurch for a quarterback for Jacksonville doesn't work for me. He'll make a stupid play here or there. I look for the Colts to rebound and win that division. But Jacksonville might make the playoffs.
All right, last question for you. The Chiefs host the Texans, and the Texans have the best defense in football. Stroud had a little bit of a hiccup, but he looks like he's back to his rookie form. The Chiefs are 6-6. They are not a playoff team. Do they finally get together, or should we forget about KC this year?
You never forget Pat Mahomes. You have the best quarterback who's ever played the game since of course, Brady. You got to sit here and say to yourself, how can you discount them? I think Kansas City will win this game. I think Houston was given a break last week. The money, what I could see, is coming in on Houston. I think Houston's defense is great. Kansas City's at home. The Chiefs won a couple weeks ago in a game similar to this when they beat Indianapolis. I look for the Chiefs to win again.
Great stuff from Carmine Marino, Pro Wagering. Carmine, have a great weekend, buddy. always appreciate your insights.
My pleasure. Good talking to you.
All right, I'm Rick Tittle. We'll come on back. We got the draw. We got Rick's picks. Let's see it.
If you've got a property that you've been trying to sell and you've tried almost everything, I want to tell you about something that you haven't tried yet. You're going to think this offer is too good to be true, but it's not. Thousands of customers have sold their homes in any condition with Need to Sell My Home. This is a real opportunity from a highly rated company that buys homes all over the country. Did you know it's possible to sell your home right over the phone with no real estate commissions and no pesky open houses? Plus, every offer is a cash offer with no mortgage holdups. To find out how much you can sell your home or property for, call now. Take 5 minutes of your time and call for this 100% free quote to sell your home.
800-430-0674. 800-430-0674. 800-430-0674. That's 800-430-0674. Packages start at $29.99 a month with signed agreement. Restrictions apply. Speak to a representative for complete offer details. See Vivint.com for license details. Terms and conditions apply.
Homeowners, if you're looking for the best in home security and smart home technology at a price you can actually afford, we have great news. Now you can get Vivint's award-winning home security systems starting at about $1 a day. U.S. News & World Report has recognized Vivint as the best professionally installed home security system of 2022. And right now, you can get Vivint's home security technology for about $1 a day. Plus, get free professional installation from a licensed technician. Protect your home and loved ones for as low as $1 a day. Call right now for your free home security consultation.
800-918-6189. 800-918-6189. 800-918-6189. That's 800-918-6189.
I've got a question for you. Do you want a lower car payment just by making a phone call? You know, most people buy a car and they pay whatever the car dealer says their interest rate is, and they forget about it and make payments. But did you know there is a secret in your contract that allows another company to refinance any car payment to try and lower it? It's true. There is indeed a company out there that knows the ins and, more importantly, the outs on car loans, and they know how to lower your current car payments. It's easy and fast, and you have a lower car payment next month. Make the call right now and find out if you could lower your existing car payment. Call the Car Savings Hotline right now. The call is free.
Call now. 800-605-1680. 800-605-1680. 800-605-1680. That's 800-605-1680.
To me, it's like a mountain, a vast bowl of pus.
Cares about anything else when you've got Rick Tittle on the radio.
Bless your heart. Thank you for that. Let's go to the phone lines. Chris in Oakland, California. What's up, man?
Hey, Rick. Yeah, man. We, again, had the volume down on the draw so I can listen to Tittle talk to the Lebanese girl. It was awesome, man. Just good show as always. My upstairs neighbor is from Paraguay, and he's been talking a lot of trash, so it's going to be pretty good to see U.S. and Paraguay matchup. It looks like they, and I've never, I mean, again, you're way more into this than I am, but I've never seen that they have, like, the play-in tournament for the other teams. When did they start doing that?
Well, it's not a tourney, it's just a playoff. They're going to go head-to-head, and then in Group D in UEFA, it's Denmark, North Macedonia, Czech Republic, Ireland, Denmark will be favored. And the other one, it's Italy, Northern Ireland, Wales, Bosnia and Herzegovina. Italy will be favored. Then there's 2 more: Turkey, Romania, Slovakia, Kosovo. Turkey will be favored.
Right, that's ours. Okay, that's the one we're in. So are these games played on in the United or like in North America? Are they like neutral sites? Will they be played in Istanbul, or where would that?
No, these will take place in March, and they will be the higher seed will have the home game. So
it'll be in their home country then. Oh, okay, wow.
Yeah.
So Romania and Kosovo.
Yeah, this will all happen in Europe.
Okay, it would be because those are tougher than Paraguay or Australia, right? Couldn't one of Romania, aren't they?
We got a dream draw. Paraguay sucks. Australia sucks.
We'll tell my neighbor. Yeah, okay.
Whoever wins that European group will be the toughest one. It'll either be Turkey or Romania.
Right. Okay, and then the game will start in June, and then obviously they're spread out over.
Yeah. Now, when I say Australia and Paraguay suck, they're about the same as the USA.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and U.S. would have to have a group to make it a successful one. I mean, obviously everybody wants to win, but we're not winning. So you just if maybe we get out and play, win the group or come in second in the group, and then maybe if they could win a play, I forget what they're called, but the playoff game, whatever. And that would be a successful tournament. Otherwise,
the knockout stage. Yeah.
Knockout. Sorry, I'm not. Not up. I got 6 months to practice my football terminology. I can get up on that one. I know you're a big Trump guy, so that was pretty awesome that they gave him the
I'm not a big
peace
Trump
medal.
guy.
I know you're not.
Okay. Just letting people know.
Yeah, it's I know you wear your cards close to the vest about a lot of stuff, Rick. But yeah, but anyway, it was good to see that, and it was funny because I get a kick out of him. He's just whatever. But then also they had the YMCA dance. They got to show Trump doing his little dance and stuff. So that's pretty good. It's good for. Got some good crowd stuff going. Anyway, so it's I'm a kind of an event guy, in terms of soccer. So the fact that now it's real. Now we know we're playing potentially. I think it's gonna be exciting. I think they're gonna have a very successful, obviously, and Santa Clara pulled the Super Bowl and they pulled this thing. So that's gonna be pretty exciting. They won't know which games are coming to what stadium yet, or when does that get determined?
Well, we know where America's going to go. June 12th, they'll be at SoFi against Paraguay. June 19th, we'll be in Seattle against Australia, and then back at SoFi on the 25th to play that European team.
Oh, they've already announced that.
For the USA. Not everybody knows, but USA knows.
Wow, and SoFi. Oh, my business partner just gave up his charter tickets. Man, could have probably had in on that one. Oh, that'd be.
Well, it's completely different.
I get it, but come on, man. If you're paying big bucks at a stadium, there's ways to get.
I don't know. The last time this came around, I had my tickets. It took me 2 years to get them, and I worked there as well. And like 3 days before the tournament, when everybody talked about how much soccer sucked and they hated it and it was boring, and then 3 days before it started, they're like, "Hey, Rick, can you get me tickets?" Yeah. I'm like, No, I can't help you. Sorry.
It's like when I had tickets to the Beastie Boys. I don't know, whatever. Yeah, no, everybody becomes your friend, even though they don't care about it. Well, that's exciting. The Warriors are not exciting much. I mean, it was an exciting game last night, but these Warriors they're a 500 team.
Think about it. Draymond didn't play in the second half. You had no Butler. You had no Curry, and yet they still almost won.
Yeah, but it's Philly, and Philly always finds a way to lose. I mean, and we okay, you're right. We did pull ahead of OKC the other night before we lost, and I know you're a big Pajemski guy, so
I'm not a Pajemski guy.
I know that as well.
Okay.
Rick. So, but I mean, I've noticed though, and a lot of my little chat group, all my high school buddies, everybody hates Pajemski also. He hasn't been playing as much, and then what's his face played. The lacrosse player played a lot more down the stretches, and Guy Santos looked pretty good last night. So
I have said from day one that Pat Spencer is better than Pajemski, but that's really not saying much because my butt is better than Pajemski.
Got to throw the two white guys out there. That's good. All right. Well, anyway, so wanted to check in on your World Cup. I know you'll be talking a lot more about it, and we'll see him there. We'll see how the U.S. can.
Thank you for the call, Chris. All right, that's Chris out there in Oakland. These are the groups in full. Group A, Mexico, South Korea, South Africa, and then the winner of Denmark, Macedonia, Czech Republic, and Ireland. Group B, Canada, Switzerland, Qatar, and then the winner of Italy, Northern Ireland, Wales, Bosnia Herzegovina. Canada is only in the first pot as a host nation. They stink. Switzerland is by far the favorite there. And you think about the two teams to get through, it'll probably be whoever wins that. It'll be the two European teams. Most likely Italy. Group C, Brazil, Morocco, Scotland, Haiti. You might remember Brazil opened the World Cup at France 98 against Scotland. That was the last World Cup they were in. That was the opening match, and Scotland scored early and ended up losing. That was their last hurrah. Group D, that's us. I say us as U.S. Us is with Australia, Paraguay, and the winner of Turkey. I can't say Turkey. Sorry, I can't say Czechia either. Turkey, Romania, Slovakia, and Kosovo. It'll either be whoever wins Turkey, Romania will go. Probably Turkey. Then Germany, Ecuador, Ivory Coast, and Curaçao, as the great one called it. It's Curaçao. Cote d'Ivoire has some good players. Ecuador is no slouch, but Germany, I mean, the other three will beat up on Curaçao. It's cool when every team and the three teams are guaranteed 3 points because they play Curaçao. Group F, Netherlands, Japan, Tunisia, the winner of Sweden, Ukraine, Poland, Albania. Sweden was a disaster qualifying, but because they did well in the Nations League last year, they're in this. I think probably Poland gets through there. If not, it could be the Swedes if they get their crap together. Group G, Belgium, Iran, Egypt, New Zealand. Belgium didn't need any help. The only other halfway decent team there is Egypt. They will trounce that group. Spain, Uruguay, Saudi Arabia, Cape Verde, another 3 points for the other three teams. Saudi Arabia might get past Uruguay, so they could get through with Spain. France, Senegal, once again, Senegal beat France at the opening game in 2002 when they were defending champs, and half the French team were Senegalese. Norway and the winner of Iraq, Bolivia, Suriname. It'll probably be Suriname, but that is a pretty tough group. Argentina, Austria, Algeria, and as Wayne Gretzky would say, Jordan. So you'll have Cudi Romero and Kevin Danso going up against each other, teammates at Tottenham, but Argentina and Austria, that'll also be kind of a stomping. I think Algeria is better than Austria, so they'll probably get through if you think about Mahrez and all those other great players they have. Group K, Portugal, Colombia, Uzbekistan, and the winner of the Democratic Republic of Congo, Jamaica, and New Caledonia. Wow, all three of those. I mean, I'd love to see the Reggae Boys come back, and they should, but Uzbekistan, that's Colombia and Portugal are going to walk through. And then Group L, England, Croatia, Panama, and Ghana. This is not a cakewalk like England had. England's group in UEFA, they played every game. They won every game. They didn't give up one goal in qualifying because they played some real schmucks in Europe. Europe has been so fractured, it's almost like the Holy Roman Empire with principalities and fiefdoms and such things. But England and Croatia was in the World Cup final 2 World Cups ago. Panama is going to lose, but they're not a slouch. And Ghana, you could argue, is the best African nation. Nigeria and Egypt and, as I said, Algeria, they might say, and Cote d'Ivoire, too, they might say, what about us? But so you would think that the two Europeans would get through England and Croatia. So it's going to be it's just cool to finally, and we don't know for sure just yet. We need to play these playoffs. We're 3 months away from knowing who these other teams are going to be. I certainly hope that Denmark gets through. If Ireland does make it, and if Wales does make it, if you have all 4 UK teams and Ireland, the Republic, Coppertone and Neutrogena will have a field day. All those pale people in the American hot summer sun. I'm Rick Tittle. Come on back with Rick's Picks.
Stay cozy, stay home, and still save big online during Lowe's December deal drops. Right now, get 2 free select tools from DeWalt, Craftsman, or Kobalt when you buy a select battery or combo kit. Plus, all rewards members get free standard shipping. Shop new December deal drops on Lowes.com every week. Lowe's, we help, you save. Free standard shipping not available in Alaska or Hawaii. Exclusions and more terms apply. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at Lowes.com/shipping terms. Subject to change.
Have you suffered sports betting losses? There is someone who wants to fight for you to see you get back what you have lost to those sports betting companies. Michael Watts is a prolific trial lawyer with over $11 billion in total recoveries for his clients. And now with sportsbettingclaim.com, he'd like to help you. Michael has been a leader in some of the largest and most complex cases in the country, from defective cars and tires to damaging drugs and medical products. He has always represented the rights of individuals harmed by large corporations. His efforts recently resulted in the recovery of billions for individuals who lost their properties to fires carelessly caused by electric companies and others. Michael knows that sports betting companies preyed on and manipulated consumers into losing their life savings, and he wants to make them pay. If you have suffered financial hardship as a result of online sports betting and would like help seeking compensation, please submit your claim information for evaluation at sportsbettingclaim.com. Michael Watts is focused on winning for you. sportsbettingclaim.com.
Do you need to sell your home? If you've sold a home before, you remember how stressful and expensive it was. Sold.com is here to help you sell your home for the most money and with the least amount of stress. There are new ways to sell your home that you've never heard of before. Did you know there are companies who'll offer you cash for your home? Did you know you could trade in your home for a new one? Did you know there are realtors who'll sell your home for a flat fee instead of an expensive commission? It's true. Sold.com services are free. So if you're looking to sell, make this free phone call right now and learn how your next home sale can be faster and easier than you ever thought possible. Pick up your cell phone and call right now. 800-251-7816. 800-251-7816. 800-251-7816. That's 800-251-7816.
Some people think nature is like this, but actually, it's like this. Mother Nature's not all sunshine and rainbows. Nature can be hotter than a sauna and colder than an Arctic skinny dip. That's why Columbia engineers everything we make for anything nature can throw at you. Columbia, engineered for whatever.
Come again? You know I don't speak Spanish. In English, please.
Rick Tittle beats his servants.
I don't have servants. I'm so sweet and everyone loves me. 1-800-878-PLAY. Come on in and get heard. We are here for you. And we're here to bring you some sports talk. And those of you who follow the Facebook fan page, I can't log in. It just won't let me. Just flat out won't let me log in. So I do have all my, and you know what? Screw it. I could really give a rat's ass. Rick, that's not nice. It won't even let me delete it and start over. So I might be done with Facebook forever. Seriously, I might be done with Facebook forever. I'm only gonna put 5 more minutes into that, maybe. All right, grumpy old man. By the way, get off my lawn. And the cloud looks like a bunny, and I hate it. Let's look at Rick's picks. RIXPX. Who's going to win and who's going to lose in the National Football League? The Bills will be hosting the Bengals, and the Bengals are 4-8, but they are a lot better now than that record because Joe Burrow is back, but they're not going to go to Buffalo and win. Right? The Bills, right? I used to know a girl, everything I said, she'd go, right? This line is too long, right? The Bills are 8-4. They feel better about themselves, and they're giving up 6, but I think they win. Buffalo victory there. The Colts go to the Jags, both 8-4. And I picked the Jaguars to win at home. If they were playing in Indy, I would pick Indy. I just think the Jags will figure out a way, not so much to stop Jonathan Taylor, but to get a late field goal. The Jets host the Dolphins in the Disappointment Bowl. This will be in the Meadowlands. By the way, I took the train to the Meadowlands once from Manhattan, and going through the swamps, I didn't realize that Secaucus was in swamps. And then I was like, oh, yeah, the Meadowlands. But it's just, in my humble opinion, it's a stupid place for a stadium. But then again, so was Candlestick. Then again, so is Foxborough. I just think it's so funny that in the old days, these downtown baseball stadia, and they're like, we need to get out of the boroughs, this stifling tenement and heat and arguments, and oh my gosh, we have cars now. We can get out of this hellhole. We can drive to where there's room to breathe and park. And now it's like, well, that's a pain in the ass. Why don't we put them downtown? It's just completely turned around. It's funny, one of the things, as I'm not going to Army Navy this year, did I turn down a free trip to Baltimore? Yes, I did. Dom's going to be hosting next Friday at this time. And I said, I was giving him the skinny. I've been to 6 of them, 3 in Philly, 1 in Boston, 1 in New York, 1 in D.C. And I talked about the 2 buses that take you to the ballpark, and they leave too early, so you might want to take an Uber. And he's like, oh, no, we're walking from the hotel to the ballpark. And I said, that is genius. That means, like, I would walk over at kickoff. Or I might go see the march on. I don't know. It's snowing back there right now, so we'll see, but good for him. Anyway, the Jets host the Dolphins. The Jets are 3-9. The Dolphins are 5-7. And can the Jets win this? Yes. The Dolphins aren't very good. I do think the Dolphins will win in New York. There was a Jets fan that worked here, and he couldn't believe I never heard of Jets, Jets. He goes, how can you not know that? I go, why would I ever know that? That would be more stupid if I did know that when I had never gone to it. Come on, man. Remember that jackass, the bald guy with the fireman helmet? And he's like, the Jets have disrespected me. I'm so important. You think you're important. I know Gorilla Rilla, he would never say, oh, I'm more important than the players. No, he would never say. Okay. The Saints are at the Bucks. And the Buccaneers, this is an easy win for them at Raymond James to go 8-5 and to feel a lot better in that division. The Saints 2-10 with Tyler Shuck. The Bucks are favored by 8.5. I'm surprised it's not double digits. I'll take the Pewter Pirates. Steelers at Ravens, both teams 6-6, but this is a big game. Whoever wins is in first place. That's right. That division is the worst in football. No teams with winning records. And that could be the case if they tie on Sunday morning, at least morning out here. I will pick the Ravens to win that, giving up 6 points there. And we have the Seahawks at the Falcons. The Falcons are receiving 7 as a big home dog. I don't see the Falcons rising up and beating Seattle. I wouldn't mind seeing it. The Browns host the Titans in the Scrubbing Bubbles Toilet Bowl. This will be at Huntington Bank, and I think the Titans win. I think Shadur does. Maybe they don't block for him, or I think the Browns, believe it or not, might be a little overconfident. Now, the only thing is Myles Garrett on Cam Ward running for his life. Like, why would I pick them? Look, the Browns are only favored by 4 in this. So that means Vegas isn't very sure. I'm sure those 4 points are because of Myles Garrett and nothing else. But I have a hunch that the Titans get their second victory. The Commanders are at the Vikings in the it doesn't really matter game. The Commanders with their quarterback out for the season. The Vikings, they say if J.J. McCarthy is healthy, he's going to play. Whew. Man, the Vikings only favored by 1.5 points to a 3-9 team. Both of these teams last year, so good. So good. Double-digit victories, playoffs. Vikings, oh my gosh, we can't be 13-win wild card, can we? All that going on. And now they suck. Just shows you worst to first to worst. It's just on a hinge, and injuries can pile up, and next thing you know, it's funny when I mentioned that Max Brosmer pass, the worst pass I've ever seen in National Football League history. I said I've never even seen that in high school, and he said that was a high school play. So at least we were kind of on the same page. Damn, I'll pick the Vikings to win, I guess. It's just one of these teams will stupid their way, the squirrel finding the nut. The Raiders host the Broncos. Broncos are 10-2. The Raiders are 2-10. Raiders getting 7.5 at home. And this is going to be very ugly. Probably another couple touchdowns from Brock Bowers, and the Raiders will lose 34-14. The Bears at the Packers. Now, this one is interesting. And Carmine Marino of Pro Wagering earlier said the Packers would dismantle the Bears in this game. Every time I picked against the Bears, they would shock me. So last week I picked them, and they won. And I can't do it again. Now, this is one of these games where I would just pick the home team, which is, kind of lame, but it's the way I feel. The Packers somewhat favored at 6.5. I would have thought maybe by 3. So Vegas definitely thinks the Packers are going to win this. I'll agree with them, barely. The Cardinals host the Rams. The Cardinals are 3-9, Rams 9-3. Last week, after just looking amazing for a month, Matthew Stafford had a stinker with 3 picks. I don't think he's going to go back-to-back poopy games. The Cardinals still with Jacoby Brissett, who's playing better than half the quarterbacks in football, quite honestly, but the Cardinals 8.5 home underdogs at Glendale, Arizona. The Cardinals 3-9, Rams. I think the Rams get their 10th victory here in the West Valley. Sunday Night Football, Texans at Chiefs at Geehaw Field at Arrowhead Stadium next to the K, where Patrick Mahomes is part owner. Chiefs 6-6, Texans 7-5. I mentioned the Texans have the best defense. The Chiefs are favored in this by 3.5, and I don't disagree with that. And I think at the end of proceedings, both teams will be 7-6, and both on the outside of the wild card. But the Chiefs, if they make a run for it, this has to start this week, and I think it will. Monday Night Football, we can talk more about on Monday, but it's a pretty good one if you just look at records. Both 8-4. Philadelphia, I want to say at San Diego, at the Chargers, Inglewood. The Chargers got a freebie against the Raiders last week. The Eagles, they're just, even when the Eagles are going, I mean, any other team would, not any other team, but let's just say 3/4 of the league would take 8-4. And yet they feel like, oh, things aren't going well. Hurts isn't blah, 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 blah. No, they're going to be fine. I do like the Eagles in this game. I think the Eagles show a little road chutzpah. I saw some weaknesses there. But if you're looking at anything that sticks out to you, the 2 biggest things that stick out to me are the Bengals and Bills over-under is 53.5. So they think no defense will be played in that game. And then conversely, at Huntington Bank Field, that's Cleveland, Ohio, The Titans and the Browns, the total is 33.5. So they think there will be no offense played in that game. All right, let's take a quick break and we will come on back on Sports Byline.
Do you have Medicare and do you use a CPAP machine? This is a national healthcare alert regarding your CPAP supplies. Using a clean CPAP mask and clean supplies is important to staying healthy. The best way to make sure your CPAP equipment is clean is to get new supplies. If you have Medicare, we have great news. Medicare will pay for you to have new clean supplies every 90 days. We'll even do all the paperwork for you to make sure that there's little to no out-of-pocket cost to you. And you don't even have to leave your home. We provide free in-home delivery. So if you're a CPAP user and you have Medicare, staying healthy with new CPAP equipment is easy. Just make this free phone call right now to get started.
Sponsored by Specialty Medical. 800-913-9739. 800-913-9739. 800-913-9739. That's 800-913-9739.
Hey, vacation lovers! It's finally time to use all those random facts you learned on TikTok for something that actually matters. It's the Radio Trivia Challenge from thevacationbuddies.com. All right, here's how it works. Be one of the first 10 callers right now and you'll score a complimentary 3-day, 2-night getaway from the Vacation Buddies. You'll stay at none other than Westgate Resorts, in your choice of Vegas, Orlando, Myrtle Beach, or Branson. You ready? According to travel stats, which of these 3 cities is the most visited vacation destination in the U.S.? A, Las Vegas, B, Orlando, C, New York City. First 10 callers get the trip. So stop scrolling and start dialing. And let's see if TikTok actually taught you anything.
Be one of the first 10 callers. Call Vacation Buddies right now. 800-340-1834. 800-340-1834. 800-340-1834. That's 800-340-1834.
Do you want to add a boost to your sex life this weekend? Do you want to make your partner and yourself happy? Then call our special hotline now. We'll sell you those little pills that work below the belt for less than $1 a pill and deliver your package in a few days, just in time for the weekend. Our pill delivers almost the same results as expensive pills for less than $1 a piece, and you don't need a prescription. And ask about their buy 3 get 3 free offer. What are you waiting for? Boost your sex life and have a great time now. Less than $1 a pill, discreet delivery in a few days, and a buy 3 get 3 free offer? Dial this number and save it now.
800-245-2751. 800-245-2751. 800-245-2751. That's 800-245-2751. Paid for by the Pharmacy Shop.
By noon, I need them 8,000 hens moved into their new cages. Now, sometimes they don't want to cooperate, but you give them a good shaking, they'll settle down for you.
Do the chickens have large talons?
Do they have what?
Large talons.
I don't understand a word you just said.
Cares about anything else when you've got Rick Tittle on the radio.
All right, thank you for that. Welcome back to the show. Just a couple of minutes left. That was cool to hear Napoleon. He was our guest, John Heater, on Monday on this show. The Cleveland Cavs got fined $250,000 last night for violating the league's player participation policy see. Are you down with PPP? Yeah, you know me. That's because they rested Darius Garland against the Raptors on national TV on November 24th. This is the second time they have been penalized. They got a $100,000 fine for resting Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley against the Heat on November 18th. So remember how they go about all-star appearances and all-NBA, second-team all-NBA, all that other stuff about trying to figure out who to blame and who to punish. And also, you might have heard Christian, the caller, mention this earlier about corporate names and stadia. You might see on the, now that we have the World Cup draw in, AT&T Stadium will be called Dallas Stadium during the World Cup because FIFA does not allow non-sponsor corporate names. And AT&T is not a FIFA sponsor. So if you are MasterCard Stadium, why don't we have a MasterCard Stadium? Is that too stupid? Do we have I think we have a Capital One bowl game, don't we? Anyway, so it'll just be known as Dallas Stadium. Now that doesn't mean that as you walk up to the stadium that you're not going to see all the signage. It's not going to get pulled down. I think still my favorite ever free advertising, because sometimes you get free advertising one way or another, is when Candlestick in its old days, for a while there they were 3Com Park, whatever. For all they were Monster Park. And they had to keep changing the signs on the freeway. Monster Park. And they're like, oh yeah, the job site. Now what is it? They have these other Indeed and these other spots. But Monster was